Hi, my name is Bill Bradley. I'm an extreme endurance athlete and motivational speaker. The topic of today's video is develop the habit of being a hard worker. So I'm coming up on my third attempt on Mount Denali in Alaska. My third try, the highest I've made it is 14,000 feet. I'm super determined to make it this time. But one of the things I really notice about Denali and why, they call it, it rivals Everest for how hard it is. People call Everest of the 7 summits 1A and Denali 1B of the people who've done them all. And the reason why, even though Denali is only 20,000 feet high and not, the 29,000 feet of Everest, is you're carrying your own gear. There is no Sherpas. So you're carrying about 100 pounds of gear between your pack, what you have in your pack and what you have in your sled. And it's just, and then you'll split it up as you get higher on the mountain. And you'll do 2 trips up and down to get, take half your gear up and then come back and get the other half of your gear. I mean, the first time I did it, I go, this is crazy. I didn't even know you did 2 trips. But the one thing that I was embarrassed about, and I haven't made it yet, but what I was mostly embarrassed about, not so much not making it, but when we would do 6 to 8 hour climbs, and then you show up at the camp and you're freaking exhausted, right? You got to set your camp up. You got to dig out for your tent platform. You got to chip away at any ice. If it's hard, you're chipping with your ice axe. You're shoveling. I mean, you're working your ass off. And what I was mostly embarrassed about was one guy there killed me. I mean, he just killed everybody. He outworked all of us. He just was like this, Tasmanian devil, just working so hard. Every time there was anything to do, boom, he was in the front. Give it to me. Give me the shovel. Give me the ice axe. Give me whatever it is. I'm going to do it, And I made a mental note of that. I said, and I was not fit enough to keep up with that guy at all. I mean, I may have wanted to, but I wasn't nearly fit enough to do the camp work. That's just the camp work. And so this year I said, nobody's going to outwork me this year. I'm going to stay with anybody. And so I got up there and I did a lot of core work for that shoveling. I mean, a lot of core work, a lot of crunches, a lot of planking, just really worked on my core, really worked in the weight room. And then we just did I just did a 5-day course on Mount Shasta. It's a Denali prep. And when they handed out a shovel to dig, give me the shovel. You got to chip away at something, man? Give me my ice axe. Boom, I'm on it, It's just, you need me to carry something extra, give it to me. You got to develop that habit of being the hardest worker, or at least as hard as anybody else. That was my goal, was if anybody else is up there grabbing a shovel, I'm grabbing a shovel. If we're cutting out ice blocks, because it was super windy up there, I'm freaking jumping right in with the person, and we're cutting the ice blocks and we're stacking them. You got to lift these, they got pretty heavy, these ice, to build the ice wall. And so I'm lifting up the blocks and putting them on the ice wall. If anybody's there, I'm freaking right next to them. That's what my goal was, and I think I held up to that goal. If anybody, anybody's in line, anybody's shoveling, boom, give me the shovel, give me the ice axe, give me the freaking block, give me that block. So anyway, you got to develop that habit of just like jumping in there, boom, 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 because that's what successful people do. They're not trying to, take breaks and do this. They're freaking the front of the line, man. They're the hardest workers. They're working their ass off, the successful people. Those are the people who are going to make Denali. The guy who's in the front, who's taking the ice block, who's taking the shovel. You got to just develop that habit of being the hardest worker, at least as hard as anybody else, because all these guys and gals worked their ass off when we were up there. But my goal was just to be right. If anybody's doing anything, I'm there with them. And I think I held up to that. And my fitness was there. My back got, a little sore, but it was like not any big deal, not compared to what it was last year. So anyway, develop the habit of being a really hard worker. And I'll tell you one thing you'll get from it for sure is everybody's respect. Everybody likes somebody who's out there in the front of the line, freaking working their ass off to put the camp together. Anyway, if you're interested in contacting me, you can email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com. Thank you very much.